So, continuing my Scooby-Doo kick, um, hiccup. Not really a hiccup, whatever. So, continuing my Scooby-Doo kick that I'm on, I decided to watch one that I've had here for quite a bit. Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King. But I didn't actually watch it on DVD because the DVD only has the movie in full screen and not widescreen, which I don't understand. This is during that period where full screen was a thing. Or pan and scan. So I watched it on Max. And unlike the last movie I watched on Max, which was Sam Raimi's The Evil Dead, the picture quality here was actually pretty consistent. So, I'll say that. But as for Goblin King itself, it's basically one of the most average Scooby-Doo films that I've seen. I need to start off with the negatives, because there are just some things in here that just kind of broke me and didn't make much sense to me. First off, the villain just sucks ass. He's terrible. I don't like the villain. Like, he's being portrayed as all clumsy, goofy, and all of a sudden, he's able to just capture a fairy and conjure up this spell like it's nothing. Like, when before that, he was just this clumsy buffoon. I cannot take this villain seriously. And he's just also just... he's not really a threat. They should have made him more of a threat, but they didn't. Fred, Daphne, and Velma also really don't add anything to this film. Like, they're just there. Like, you could just take them out and not much can change. Like, this could have kind of fit in with those made-for-TV Scooby movies from the 80s, when they had Scrappy-Doo. In fact, Scrappy makes a cameo in this. Some of the CG can also be a bit distracting, like the doors. The CG on the train, the ghost train, was actually really good. But, yeah, for the most part, some of the CG was a bit distracting. Some of the songs were just fine, like Bump in the Night and the first song were just And they also got rid of like the whole chase scene in like a music with like a music video, like how in Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster we had not one, not two, but 3 chase scenes all put in together. And those were both like great ones. Here they just don't do it. Instead, the songs are just relegated to musical numbers. And the only chase we get is just kind of like when Shaggy and Scooby and Jack are escaping from the Headless Horseman. That could have been like a music montage thing, but no. Oh yeah, and the way the Goblin King kind of gets taken down, like by the villain, is just I do not like that. I do not like that at all. He's the Goblin King. He's supposed to be this big threat and presence. And yet he just gets defeated by one of Fred's traps and then is just turned into a fucking goose. Or geese, whatever the hell it is. And also just how kind of abused or like just how like people just seem to like bully or just kind of abuse and get angry at like Shaggy and Scooby. Like, this is something that kind of bothered me as a kid, like how they're just constantly getting defeated and just people getting upset at them for like the littlest things. I don't know. And also oh, I had it on my mind. What was it? Also the gargoyle like two gargoyle comedic relief characters were also just abysmal. I didn't like them. There's something else that bothered me. I just can't think of what it is. Oh yeah, there's something else. I wish they didn't give away, like how, Fred, Daphne, and Velma would become monsters. You should have just let that happen at the end instead of just showing us within that magic ball. I don't know. That just kind of gives it away. Like, let that be, like... This movie is just trying to, like, break me. There are some things that broke me when I was watching Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King. Oh yeah, I finally have... And my last complaint is that... Why did... Hold on. I gotta find out the name of the villain. Because he's so bad I forgot his name. Krudsky. Okay, there he is. Why did Krusky turn, like, Fred, Daphne, and Velma into monsters when they didn't do anything to him? It was Shaggy and Scooby that ruined his act. I just don't get this movie. I do not get this movie. Never before has a Scooby-Doo movie made me this upset. Well, on a lighter note, let's get to the positives. But before the positives, there is something I did notice. So, like, in What's New Scooby-Doo, in Daphne's design, she has this, like, V, and then this one line going down to her hip. But for this film and the following film, Samurai Sword, they kind of get rid of that, and it's just the V. It's not really, like, an issue or compliment, it's just something I noticed as a kid. Like, I don't know why they took that off. I mean, maybe to change things up a bit. Who knows? Anyways, on to the positives. I do think Casey Kasem, Frank Welker, Tim Curry, Grey Griffin, and Wallace Shawn do a great job. As well as, hold on, Mindy Cohn. Yeah. Oh, and the guy that does Jack. Like, the performances are great. They're good. Jack is also just such a fun character. I actually really like him. Like, he's definitely one of the big highlights of this film. I also love some of the animation. Like, there are some shots where there's some really good lighting. Like, you can tell, like, Shaggy's hair, Scooby's, like, their color palettes look a bit more, like, better than they did in What's New Scooby-Doo. The monstrous machine was very dope. And plus its transformation was really good. Like, basically, there's nothing wrong with the mystery machine. I think that's something very consistent in Scooby-Doo. Like, I don't think there's such thing as a well, from my knowledge, like, I haven't seen every single Scooby-Doo thing, but to my knowledge, there's no such thing as a bad mystery machine. What else? Oh yeah, Goblin Oogie Boogie is actually the one really good song in this movie. Like, I actually really like it. There are some great vocals and great instrumental. I listen to it quite a bit, so like like, that's actually a really good song. I guess that's all the positives I can think of for this film. It's either average or just bad. This could probably be the first bad Scooby-Doo film that I've seen as a more experienced person, or person who's more experienced with like what makes a movie, and just like I think Goblin King just doesn't seem to deliver on that for me. This could have had the potential to be a really good Scooby-Doo movie, especially since they brought back the supernatural element from Zombie Island, Witch's Ghost, and Alien Invaders. But they just seem to do it in like the safest kind of way. Like this could have been something really good, but it isn't. Not good. That's all I have to say. Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King is not a very good movie. I can't believe... Oh man, I can't believe it's just been a while since a film has like broke me. Hopefully I can find something else good, Scooby-Doo be good, or Scooby... yeah, something good, a good Scooby-Doo movie. Hopefully I can find another good Scooby-Doo movie to watch. Happy Halloween, except I'm 4 months early to that train.